It had been 12 years since Lisa lost her only son, Michael. Time had dulled the sharp edges of grief, but every night, when she closed her eyes, the memories came rushing back. The laughter, the birthday candles, the last hug before he left for college. Then the accident. A drunk driver on a rainy highway had taken him away. For 12 years, Lisa had lived in silence, her house filled with old photos and echoes of what once was. That night was ordinary, or at least it began that way. Rain tapped against the window as she brewed her nightly tea. Her old cat, Daisy, purred at her feet. The clock struck 11:07, Michael's favorite number, one she hadn't thought about in years. As she glanced at the clock, her phone buzzed. Unknown number. She hesitated, thumb hovering over the screen. Something in her chest tightened. It was late, and she rarely got calls. Against her better judgment, she answered. "Mom?" Lisa froze. The mug slipped from her hand, shattering across the kitchen floor. The voice, gentle, familiar, trembling. It couldn't be. It was Michael's voice. "Who is this?" she whispered. "Mom, it's me. Please don't hang up." Her knees buckled, and she slid against the counter. The rain outside grew heavier, almost in rhythm with her heartbeat. She wanted to scream, but no sound came out. "This isn't funny," she managed to say. "Whoever you are, stop this." "Mom, please," the voice pleaded. "I don't have much time. I just needed to hear you." Tears flooded her eyes. "Michael, my Michael is gone." "It's true." "I know," the voice said softly, "but I couldn't leave without saying I'm sorry." The line crackled. Thunder rolled outside. Lisa clutched the phone tighter. "Sorry? For what?" "For leaving you that night. For not telling you I loved you before I drove away." Lisa's heart pounded in her ears. Every word sounded exactly like him. The little breaks in his voice, the warmth, the way he always rushed through sentences when he was emotional. She shook her head. "This can't be real. You're not real." "Mom, look out the window," the voice said. Her trembling hand pulled the curtain aside. Lightning lit up the street, and there, under the flickering streetlight, she saw a figure. A tall young man, drenched, standing still, staring at the house. Her phone slipped again. She couldn't move, couldn't breathe. When she blinked, the figure was gone. The call disconnected. Lisa stood there in silence, the rain pouring harder, her body trembling. On the floor, her phone buzzed again, a message this time, from that same unknown number. It read, "Thank you for picking up, Mom. I'm okay now. I just wanted to say, I love you." The timestamp on the message read, 11:07 p.m. Lisa fell to her knees, sobbing. For the first time in years, her heart didn't feel empty. Somehow she knew, wherever he was, her son had found peace. But the story didn't end there, because the next night, at the exact same time, her phone
Lisa
rang
tried
again.
everything to convince herself it had been a dream. She'd slept barely 2 hours, her eyes red, her hands still shaking from the night before. The message from that unknown number still sat on her phone screen. She'd tried calling back a dozen times, but each attempt failed. Number unreachable. By evening, she'd almost convinced herself it was some cruel prank. Maybe someone had cloned a voice from old videos. But deep down, she couldn't ignore what she felt. That warmth in his voice, the way he said, "Mom." At 11 p.m., she turned off the lights, sat in the kitchen with her tea, and waited. The ticking clock was the only sound. The wind outside howled, and the rain started again, just like the night before. At 11:07, her phone lit up. Incoming call, unknown number. Her heart leapt. She hesitated only a second before answering. "Michael?" Silence. Then the same soft voice. "Hi, Mom." Her breath caught. "Is it really you?" "I can't stay long," he said, his voice faint, almost distant. "I just needed to hear you again." Tears filled her eyes. "Where are you? Are you safe?" There was a pause. "I'm not where you think, but I'm okay now. I've been trying to reach you for so long." Lisa's hand trembled. "How is this possible?" "I don't know," he said. "Sometimes when the world gets quiet and your heart calls for me, I can hear it." She pressed the phone to her chest. "I miss you every day." "I know, Mom, but you have to let me go now." She shook her head, crying, "I can't! I lost everything when I lost you." "No," he said gently, "you didn't lose everything. You still have me, just not the way you think." Then came a faint sound, a lullaby, the same song she used to hum to him when he was a child. Lisa froze. The melody came from the other end of the line, but it echoed softly through her own house, as though someone was humming inside her living room. "Michael, are you here?" "Always. But now you have to promise me something." "What?" "Go to the attic tomorrow morning. There's something there for you." The call ended. Lisa sat frozen for minutes before she could even breathe again. The next morning, sunlight peeked through the curtains. Her heart pounded as she climbed the old attic stairs. Dust swirled around her, boxes filled the corners, memories she hadn't touched since the funeral. Then, tucked behind an old suitcase, she saw a small wooden box she didn't remember. Her fingers trembled as she opened it. Inside was a folded letter, Michael's handwriting. The date on the letter was the day before his accident. It read, "Mom, if you ever find this, it means I didn't get to say goodbye. Don't let the world stop for me. Keep smiling, keep baking those Sunday pies, and when you see 11:07 on the clock, know that it's me saying hi." Tears streamed down her face. She clutched the letter to her chest, whispering his name over and over. That night, she didn't wait for the phone to ring. At 11:07, she sat by the window, looked at the stars, and whispered, "Good night, my son." And though the phone stayed silent, she felt it. Warmth, peace, and the faint sound of that same lullaby floating through the room. From that night on, Lisa never feared the rain again. Because every time it poured, she could almost hear him laugh, just beyond the sound of thunder.